Hey everyone, so we are up to episode 86 of the podcast, and we thought it would be really fun to take anyone who is a brand new listener all the way back to the beginning. So in this episode, we are going to take you all the way back to episode 1 and replay that episode, because if you are just getting to know us now, it'll be the perfect way to get a little bit of background on Lauren and I.
Sure will. And as we're currently away, we hope you enjoy this.
We hope you enjoy it a lot, and we'll be back with you super soon.
I'm talking about, you're talking about, we're talking about just gay stuff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of our podcast, Just Gay Stuff. My name is Jess,
And I'm Lauren.
and we've decided to do this podcast because we looked at the amount of gay content coming out of Brisbane, where we live,
Yes.
and there isn't a lot.
No.
And it's to provide like just a fun atmosphere, to have friends.
I think like that safe haven really with your besties hanging out and chatting.
Yeah, we're hoping to provide that for you,
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah. And I've wanted to do this for such a long time because COVID was such a big thing, and I've loved podcasts since COVID, mostly because when the world stopped, I'm in entertainment. My job went first.
Your world essentially stopped.
My world stopped, and we were at home. Everyone was at home for such a long time, and everyone else's jobs went back and mine didn't. And then you felt alone. When I started listening to podcasts, I started listening to true crime, because who doesn't who doesn't love a true crime podcast? But it was less about the stories they were telling and more just having voices to kind of keep you company. And so I guess my wanting to do this podcast is to provide that for other people.
I think I'm very similar in that way. I found I was very isolated when it came to COVID, and with my whole finding out like coming out stories and everything, which we will get into, you sort of find like, oh, I wish I had that support. I wish I had that safe haven, that safe space that hopefully you and I can provide for the community out there.
So we are gay
Yes.
and in a relationship,
yes.
and we haven't known each other that long.
No.
So we're delving into this
Head first.
experience together. And I guess one of the big things that we can provide from this podcast and to our listeners is everyone getting to know us and us getting to know each other in real time,
Literally getting to know each other even more so in real time.
which is a bit crazy.
it is a little bit.
Like
but
really crazy.
Why not?
It's podcast at first sight.
Yeah, I love it. Should have named it that.
Should have named it that. Oh, damn. No, we've done a lot of branding. Do we want to tell like
how we met.
how we
I
met?
guess.
And
yeah.
then- yeah. Do you want to take the lead on that one?
Sure. We started both in a very odd space. We both had come out of recent relationships. And I know for me personally, I wasn't looking for anything. And I just sort of was scrolling Tinder up and down. You know, you do the usual delete, download, blah, blah, blah. Then just went on, it went okay. Sort of went on. I just was like, I'm just going to be as honest as possible. I know in past relationships I never was. I was very insecure and quite shy. And this time I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I just put everything down. I was like, this is me. Take it or leave it. Swiped on you. Saw like the most beautiful woman ever.
Lies.
Not lies at all. And was like, there is no way this cool girl would ever go for me. And then eventually we matched and sort of got to know each other a little bit better and worked out we had a mutual friend.
Yeah, we messaged. I remember your profile, and I remember I swiped on your profile because you were one of the only profiles that had a picture of you without makeup on.
Or a filter.
Or a filter. And, you know, these days dating is so hard, and coming out of my relationship, it was such a scary thing to think about going back into the dating pool. It was terrifying.
It's intimidating.
I was terrified because how do you know if there's going to be someone else out there for you, especially when you thought the person you were with was
gonna be
the
with
person for you?
Yeah.
So that was really intimidating. And I remember specifically I swiped on you because you didn't have a filter, or, well, I mean, you did, but
Yeah.
one of
that-
your photos specifically, there was no filter and there was no makeup.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, A, that is so brave, especially in the world that we live in today, where everyone can be, not everybody, a lot of people can be so obsessed with self-image, and
Yeah.
especially with all these trends going around where you know,
That's media for you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think we've had that programmed into our brains.
yeah,
So I think
that we're not beautiful enough or we're not
Yeah.
pretty enough to put our genuine selves out there.
Yeah.
But I thought that was so almost knew exactly what I was getting because, you know, I think we've all been there where if it's now or if it was back in the day dating, you've swiped on somebody and you think they look like their picture and then you meet them and they look nothing like their
Catfish.
picture. Yeah. And I'm not saying like they were a 60-year-old dude.
Yeah, no, but different.
Just different.
Not to what you were expecting.
I still didn't know what to expect when I finally met you.
No, neither.
But at least I had that portrayal of you that didn't involve all this makeup and all these filters that gave me a false representation of who you were.
Yeah. I think we also have such a unique story in the sense of where, when we first sort of met each other, when we eventuated to going on that first date after, you know, having our mutual friend corroborate that we're both great people and everything.
Yeah.
We both weren't looking for anything and we were both like, oh yeah, this is just a fun date, whatever. And I know that at the time we were both like, oh, you know, this could just be like a one-time thing, whatever. Like we didn't think anything more would come off of that date initially.
I was very raw coming out of my past relationship because I'd only been out of that for 2 months.
Yeah.
And, you know, signing up to Tinder and other dating apps, not that I used any, I used one other and I can't even remember what it was called, but I knew that I was maybe doing it too soon because I didn't really expect to find anything.
No.
But it was more just having someone to talk to. Regardless of meeting somebody, regardless of going on a date, regardless of finding what we
Yeah.
just happened to find with each other, I 100% was only on there looking for people to just have a chat
Yeah,
to.
to have a chat to.
At the end of the day, you know, it's like having friends that you just say, hey, how was your day?
Yeah, exactly.
After a massive day of work.
It's that comfort feeling, really. And especially, you know, it's an outsider's opinion when, you know, you can't sort of express how you're feeling at the time to your actual friends because they won't get it. They'll just be like, you know, everything's okay sort of thing. And then you get to meet someone. And I think you and I related in that way in terms of friendship to begin with because we both had similar stories in our past relationships and breakups to be like, oh, okay, this is how we're feeling at the moment. So I think that's also how we connected a little bit.
And I tried to be so honest in my profile, especially when it came to saying that I was fresh out of a relationship. I wasn't looking for anything specifically.
Same.
I just wanted literally to find someone to talk to that might relate to me on a level.
And you were so honest. And I think that's initially what also drew me to your profile was not only that I think you were attractive in your photos, but especially because, you know, you're my type, but also because of how honest and how rare it was to see, okay, sure, just out of a relationship. And I think because I had a similar mindset to you at the time, I was like, oh, this is great. We will get along because of this reason.
I was really surprised with how forthcoming you were with giving your number out straight away. That was one of the other things. I was like, damn, this girl is really trusting.
Yeah.
Because
Probably too trusting.
probably too trusting, but lucky it was me
Yeah.
and not a creeper.
Not a serial killer.
Yeah. But then so we started texting and I think we were texting for
It wasn't long. I don't think it was too long.
maybe
before
like 2
we,
weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember you followed me on Instagram and then you said that we had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And then when you said that mutual friend, I was like, oh, I know them quite well. And then that friend said, oh yeah, Lauren is a great person. Oh yeah, Jess is a great person.
Yeah. Thanks, mutual friend.
And then it was funny because said mutual friend was going to have a party and then said that we should have met anyway.
I guess she was essentially trying to set us up in a way.
Yeah, which is weird.
So weird.
I know we just spoke about this the other day, but I wonder, because that party never ended up happening.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we had never have met when we met,
If that party
if
would
that
have
party would have
continued.
happened for the universe to like bring us together.
Yeah, I think that was the conversation we had the other day, was quite a lot of things. There's a lot of sliding door moments that we're like, hang on, this happened for us to meet. If we didn't meet when we met, this would have happened for us to meet.
Because I feel that.
So do I.
I
100%
feel like
feel that.
We were meant to meet each other.
Yeah.
And because we've often spoken about how much it feels we've known each other for so long.
For a long time.
And we've literally only known each
Disclosure,
other.
it's been 7 months.
Yeah, we've literally only known each other for 7 months. So that's really not a
It's
long
not a
time,
long
but it
time.
feels like 7 years.
Well, to be fair, in the in the
Gay.
community we're
to
in.
be fair, gay.
Gay.
Still, I've not felt that
No,
kind of
neither.
connection with someone else
Neither.
before.
Which is wild.
So wild.
So wild.
Super wild. So that's how we met.
Yeah.
And then we got to today. So we've done a lot.
Yeah, we've done a lot in the
Done a lot
short of
today.
amount of time.
I mean, we haven't moved in together yet.
No, we haven't U-hauled. It's fine. Calm down, guys. Although in saying that, I do spend most of my time here anyway. So,
Would you call it a U-haul if we've started a podcast together though?
that's
That's almost like having a child.
Maybe we should ask the listeners what they think.
Okay, so we've gone over how we met,
Yeah.
and we don't really need to bring it to how we got here today.
No.
But how did you get here to being
Oh,
the gaby that you are?
The gaby.
Yeah.
I'm still considered a gaby.
You
I don't
are.
know. Yeah, probably.
You are.
I think
Well, I'm only your second gay relationship, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
And you're a gaby.
Gaby.
We're still teaching her things, guys.
Yeah, quite innocent over here. I think for me, it's been a very interesting thing. So for like the longest time, I identified as bisexual. I think from like 12 years old, I was always attracted
Were you
to
out
women.
bisexual
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
Like your family knew?
Yeah, my family
Okay.
and everyone knew that I was like attracted to both men and women.
Tell me about that though. Like when did you tell
Um,
them that you were attracted to both?
I think essentially at that 12 or 13, I mean, or probably around 13, which makes more sense now to the bullies that I had at the time. I remember girls coming up to me and calling me a lesbian and all this stuff. Little did I know that they were right.
But when you're 13, you're still figuring stuff out.
Yeah, of course.
Even if you did feel like maybe you were that way inclined.
Yeah.
We'll get into this again, but
This is
The
a different topic.
the word lesbian, we need to have a whole episode on why I hate that word.
Yeah, and queer apparently.
But let me explain quickly. It's just because those words have always had other meanings. It's never just been like, I love the word gay because its meaning has always meant happy before it was a derogatory term, whereas lesbian and queer have been used as derogatory terms for, you know, such a long time, and it's only now that we're really starting to take the power back on that.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I don't have anything to do with my dad, so I didn't have an issue there. My mum's quite an open person anyways. I think she relates to herself as being quite fluid or pansexual or bisexual. So I've been lucky to be quite in an accepting family where I just sort of said, you know, hey, I'm attracted to both men and women. And she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't care. And it was a non-issue thing. And I just sort of, went from that. And I was like, you know what? I have 2 siblings and a best friend who their posters on their walls were all of dudes. Every time we watched a movie, it was all, oh my God, look at this guy, he's hot, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, he's all right. But if a woman came on the screen, I was like, oh my God. And so, identifying as that, and that was fine. And then I was very insecure and went into the first relationship with a guy who ever gave me attention, just cause. And I was unfortunately with that person for 8 years, and that was a very, very toxic relationship. And then when I came out of that relationship, I said to my sister, I've never explored that attraction to women, that side of me. And I said, I really need to date women to know.
So you identified as bisexual from the age of 13, but you never had...
I never had that experience.
Did you kiss a girl?
Oh, yeah. I
But
kissed
still, it's not
girls,
like
but
a-
it was like, I was in theatre. Everybody kissed everyone in this.
Yeah.
You're all fluid in the theatre, really. So I had kissed girls. I knew girls had crushes on me in like year 9 and stuff, but I wasn't ever in my first serious relationship until I was like 20, and that was with a man. Yeah, and then again, I was with him for like 8 years of my life, and then when I left that toxic relationship, I went, hang on, I need to explore this other side of me because I never gave my younger self a chance to explore that. Even though I had all the opportunity to, I just was never confident enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did, I met with a girl, and I remember my best friend being very like, oh, you got to be careful about like these people and these shark lesbians.
Shark lesbians? What is a shark lesbian?
I don't know, like lesbians who find like gabies or straight girl.
Yeah,
and
I've heard there are people out there, like I don't think they intend to be like predatory or anything like that, but they'll purposely seek someone who's just freshly out to try and
it's a notch on their belt, essentially,
kind of,
really.
I mean, there's always 2 types of people, right? So
yeah.
I don't think there'll be those that are like, hey, I can teach you things and I can show you a whole new world,
Yeah.
essentially. And then there are others that, yeah, another notch in your belt because it's an easy, they might think it's an easy lay because you are so desperate to experience those things with a woman, and that woman is so desperate to just go, oh, I can be that for you.
Yeah, and I think that's what that was initially. I think because at the time I was so confused, you know, I still just had that bisexual label, and I sort of was, you know, talking to this woman and I was like, how do I know if it's, you know, more in the gay path or more in I'm bisexual, but maybe I just didn't experience it with the right man, or I just didn't this. And I remember my head being like, I was confused for days. I was like, what is going on?
But also that's what dudes will tell you.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you just haven't found the right man.
Yeah, well, they're dickheads. Yeah, so I was very confused, but I remember talking with her, and I think unfortunately at the time she was coming out of a relationship too, and I think I was that easy target for her to get her fix after the relationship she was in. And she was the first woman I slept with, but then after I slept with her, it was like all these light bulbs went off in my head. I was like, oh, that's what sex is supposed to feel like, and this is what this is supposed to be like. And I just, so many moments I was like, all this clarity suddenly rushed in, and I was like, right, gay.
So regardless of her potentially being a lesbian shark,
Yeah.
she at least like opened up sexual exploration for you.
Yeah, 100%. She opened up that window of sexual exploration, and I think that was the biggest thing for me. I think I knew I had all those signs previously. I just had never allowed myself to explore that, and once I did, I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense. Everything else works now. It's clear. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then that's me.
That's you.
That's me. Now we're here.
Brought you to this moment.
Yeah.
My coming out story is really not amazing. There was nothing bad, but I feel like a really young age, I always knew that I liked girls definitely more than I liked boys.
Yeah.
But then as a kid, you never know if that's because when you're a child, you're not seeking a sexual relationship,
No.
like never.
No.
You're seeking like friendship and
yeah.
who do you identify more with? Like, oh, I'll hang out with this girl because she also likes Barbie. Do you know, like I liked Barbies growing up. And it's you're just looking for those things that you have in common with people.
Yeah.
And so I always hung out with, I had guy friends, even like as a kid. Some of my best friends growing up as a child were boys.
Yeah.
Not men, that would be weird. They were boys. And then I met my best friend when I was 5. We're still best friends
Same.
today, which is crazy. That's another thing we have in
Yeah,
common. It's crazy. And then I remember there are certain things that I think about now as an adult that I go back and I go, oh, that was kind of a sign. But I remember I used to do bowling from like a really young age. And there was a girl that worked at the bowling alley, and I remember always like being so excited to see her. And obviously she was probably a teenager when I was like, I would have been like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So she would have been at least a teenager, if not 20. And I remember she was always so nice to me. Like she would pick me up and like I made this friend. And I remember one day saying to her that I wanted to marry her.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you'll grow up and you'll marry a boy. And I was like,
No.
well, I was like, oh, but I want to marry you. I don't understand why you're telling me that. Like,
Yeah.
which is, I've never really thought about that until
Right now. So
Yeah.
you kind of knew back at like 5,
But then-
essentially.
At 5, you're like, what is gay? What is straight? You don't have those things in
Yeah.
your mind at that
Yeah.
time. But then growing up, I think the next thing was when I was 12, that band Tattoo.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Love it.
Massive. And I remember thinking like, why do I like get these feelings when I see 2 girls kiss? And especially when that music video for
Yeah.
all the things she said went crazy.
Crazy,
I
yeah.
remember thinking like, oh, why do I feel these things when I see that? Oh, it makes me feel like so, it's kind of, it
Were
was
you
still,
flustered?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still taboo at that
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
you know, like, oh, women kissing, and it's becoming mainstream, and it's like, ooh, no one knew what to think and no one knew how to feel about it. And I was kind of like, I don't really know why I like it so much, but I really did.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had an obsession with them. And besides, I loved their pop music.
Yeah, their music's great.
Mainstream pop was great.
Yeah.
And then that started to, I guess they kind of, for me, kicked off that mainstream girls kissing girls,
Yeah.
because it was on TV hits and Rage and those music videos, and then, you know, MTV Awards, and they kissed at the MTV Awards on stage, and that was the same year.
Was it the Britney and
Britney and Madonna
Madonna
and Christina Aguilera, and I was like, oh, this is becoming a thing. And I was like, why does it make me feel good?
Yeah.
So I was like 12 then. I had kissed a girl since then and I liked it. I Katy Perry'd that
You
shit.
Katy Perry. Yeah.
I did. And that was great and whatever. But I still had crushes on boys.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, you
like-
do. I think you're trained to essentially.
society says that you should.
Yeah.
And I did. But I think it was also a case of they never liked me.
Yeah.
And then you go into that rigmarole in yourself and you're like, oh, boys don't like me.
Yeah.
And then we go through that whole rigmarole of, I'm so ugly, boys don't like me.
Yeah.
I remember this one guy I had this really big crush on in grade 7. He liked this other girl in my class that was really good looking.
Yeah.
And like even I thought she was good looking. She's the same girl I kissed. So I was like,
Competition.
So I saw what he saw, so
Yeah.
I get it. But I was just like, why am I ugly? Why doesn't anyone like me? And so that was just a thing. So like you go through boyfriends and you enter high school and there's everyone hates you and you hate yourself because it's high school.
Yeah.
And then
Who doesn't in high school, really?
Yeah, I had a MySpace.
Oh, what was it?
Who didn't have MySpace?
Yeah.
If you didn't have MySpace,
You're too young.
yeah, or you're too old.
Or too old, yeah.
I had a MySpace and I've been writing music for such a long time that, you know, you put music and lyrics up on your
Yeah.
MySpace and, you know, you'd have you go in and you edit your MySpace page and you had
Your top friends.
top friends and, oh, did I make top 8 this week? The song you wanted on your profile. Don't even remember how I came across this girl or how she came across me. But there was this, if you're a true gay bee or a true gay, back in, what year was this? 2006.
Oof.
I want to say 2006. There was this American show called South of Nowhere. Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
Because you're a gay bee.
I am a gay bee.
I need you to watch all of these
Yes,
things.
you need to show me these things. That's right. We'll save it for pod episodes.
And this girl messaged me. There was this character on that show called Ashley Davies.
Yes.
Who was hot as fuck. Like hot as fuck. And I remember being obsessed. But it was like, at that time, you're kind of more aware about people realizing what you're thinking about or what you like. So you're like, oh, I don't want to be outed or I don't want to.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't really think I thought that I was gay, but I knew that I liked girls
You
as
liked
well
girls,
as boys.
yeah.
And so this girl on MySpace messaged me and she's like, you look like Ashley Davies. And I was like, how does she know who Ashley Davies is? I
And
was
thank
like,
you.
how do you know this? And I did not look like Ashley Davies, but that was such a massive compliment. And so my like first response was, how do you know who Ashley Davies is? Do you watch South of Nowhere? Oh my God. And so then we started to bond over that and we would talk. And then she also played music.
Oh, wow.
And she was like out there doing the thing. Like we were the same age, but she was out there like gigging and she was playing at pubs and stuff. And she'd sent me a couple of her original songs and like they were pretty good. And then one of my favorite bands of all time was playing at QPAC in
wow.
Brisbane. And she was going to go because she also liked them. We just kind of connected over all these things.
Yeah.
So we met for the first time and I didn't see any of the concert because we were just in the park making out.
Yeah. Nice.
And it was kind of like at that time, you know, I still felt wrong. Like, you know, we weren't
Well, because
allowed to.
it was taboo.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to like just be who you are and make out with someone in public because PDA is still not for everybody. But I still felt like we had to kind of hide.
Yeah.
And then anyway, we would stay at each other's houses every couple of weekends. And we weren't in a relationship though. We were never in a relationship. And I think that might have come from the fact that both of us were kind of unsure if, like, we knew we were enjoying what we did.
Yeah.
But we were kind of unsure of if that was what we wanted or...
Yeah.
And then I like ended up liking this guy in my music class. And so I dated him and then I graduated and like we still stayed friends and then I broke up with him and then like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
From there, I dated other guys and I remember when I was with this person I met on MySpace, that's when I told my mom, I think I really like her.
Did your mum react in a certain way or not really?
Nah, she was kind of just like, whatever.
Yeah. Same.
But I think, you know, like you hype yourself up to be like, oh my God, it's going to be such a big deal.
Yeah.
And I never knew when to tell her like, oh, I think, you know, I like girls. But then when I did, she was kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I had my first girlfriend, that's when I said to my mom, I am with this person and I really like her
Yeah.
and we're going to be together. My mum was like, okay.
Yeah.
She just learnt who I was from there.
Yeah.
And there was never any question after that.
I think that's where, you know, you and I can both be quite grateful. There's some people out there whose families aren't as accepting as ours.
I had friends be kicked out
Yeah.
for like coming out to their parents, and I had a friend like live with me for like 6 months.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And that was that made you grateful
it does.
for the environment that you were with. But here we are on this podcast.
We're
If you're-
providing this environment for you.
if you are going through something crazy, like, you know, we are hoping to provide this safe space where you are heard and validated.
Where your besties come and hang out with us and listen.
We can be that voice in the background that comforts you because we've been through it,
Yeah.
and maybe not on the same level, but we know what it's like to, you know, there's one thing about you come out to your parents and that's probably the biggest step that you have. But the misconception is you end up coming out for the rest of your life.
So many times.
You start a new job. You come out to your boss, or you come out to your workmates. You go to a party.
Oh, you and your husband, you and your boyfriend. No, sorry, it's my girlfriend or my wife or my partner.
You go to an appointment with your doctor and it's, are you having sex? And it's like, oh yeah, but I'm gay. You continuously come out so many times in your life.
You do.
It's never just one and done. Never just one and
No.
done. It's important to have these conversations and really recognize that you are who you are,
Yeah.
And-
And that's okay.
and that's absolutely fine.
That's awesome.
Have we,
I think we've covered us coming out,
yeah,
how we got here,
how we got here,
how we got here,
how we met each other,
how we met each other.
how we're on like this podcast is our baby,
This podcast is our baby.
and we'll see if we mother it right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
Fingers crossed.
people like our child.
Our child, and we have thousands more children hanging out with us.
That's weird. Now you're getting weird.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I think, does this cap us off for like first episode, just a little like get to know us session?
Yeah, I think so, unless
Do you
you have
reckon?
anything fun installed for us.
No, I don't. But we hope that you've enjoyed this first get to know us episode, and we're hoping to provide so many more episodes in the future. Like, this is going to be a long running thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys like what you hear from us, and we will continue to bang out some episodes.
Yeah, it'll be super ongoing.
And definitely let us know if you want us to talk about a certain subject.
Yeah, if you have any questions
If
or
you-
anything.
If you want our opinion on certain things.
If you want us to review specific gay shows or music.
gay shows.
Gay shows.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know. Hit us up. And yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about it all together.
Yeah.
It'll be like we're all traveling in the car, having one big convo.
Love it.
Love it. Okay, guys. Well,
Thanks for listening.
thanks for listening, and we hope that you join us again.
Yeah. See you soon.
Stay gay, motherfuckers.
I'm talking about, you're talking about, we're talking about just gay stuff.
All right. Hey, everybody. I am Jess.
And I'm Lauren.
And welcome to another episode of Just Gay Stuff podcast.
Woo.
I want to jump right in today,
Let's
and
get
I
into
want to
it.
talk about a very specific topic. And if you've seen the title of the episode, you probably have a little inkling of what we're going to talk about. But, you know, whether you've been comfortably out of the closet for some time, or maybe you're just starting to poke your head out, I feel a certain thought has crossed most of our minds in the queer community, and that is, do I look gay?
Yes.
This is a big one, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you're wondering, if you're not out of the closet yet and you're thinking, ooh, is my style giving off gay
Giving
vibes?
off gay vibes.
If I go out dressed in what I want to wear, do I give gay vibes or not? And do I want to give gay
Yes.
vibes or not?
Am I consenting to these gay vibes?
So today I thought on the pod we would talk about this topic, and we would talk about how we spot other gays in a crowd.
Yeah.
So whether that's to find other people like yourself, or to strike up conversation, or you're just wanting to see if the girl that just walked in might be on your team. If Where's Wally was a lesbian, I reckon we'd definitely be able to find
yeah.
her. Okay, so Lauren doesn't know this, but I'm about to out her as a femme.
Ah, yeah, yep.
And-
Okay.
Well, you wear a lot of dresses in
I-
comparison to me.
Yes, I am a femme.
You would consider
I
yourself
do
a femme?
consider myself a femme.
And
Very femme presenting.
You are very femme presenting. And so what does that mean for you to be a femme?
I think for me to be a femme, like I haven't ever changed my style. I can be quite a girly girl, and I present more in a girly way. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. And I know that there's a lot
What
of
is
like,
girly though?
like
So you wear
more
wear
dresses, skirts,
lipstick.
lipstick, makeup. I don't know, jewelry, etc.
And so what is femme presenting defined by Google, and do we agree with it?
So I had a quick look on Google, and according to the definition, it says a femme presenting person is a lesbian whose appearance and behavior is seen as traditionally more feminine.
So traditionally girly.
Yeah, and I do agree with that
Yeah.
title. I definitely consider myself femme, consider myself to be more feminine, have more of those soft feminine features.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
So let's move down the typical categories of where most lesbians would sit. So the next one would then be the opposite, which would be mask.
Mask, which is often short for masculine.
Yeah.
In case you guys weren't aware, but I'm sure you were. So mask is the shortening of the word masculinity and used as an identity label for anyone who feels or presents closely with a traditional masculinity.
And let's go then straight bang in the middle. Is that STEM?
No, well, yeah, it could be, yeah, a STEM. A STEM falls between a stud and a femme on the sexuality spectrum.
So would you class that as sometimes dress as femme, sometimes dress as mask?
Yeah, I would. I feel like it's kind of, you can choose. You say if it's like a level, you can go in between the two.
It's a bit broader than
Yeah.
just presenting femme or just presenting mask.
Yeah, it is a bit broader. You can differentiate and choose whether some days you might feel a bit more like femme presenting and a bit more girly. Sometimes you might feel a bit more stud.
And this is where I feel like I kind of sit.
Yeah,
If we're going to talk about fitting into a box,
yeah.
I would not describe myself as femme, but I'm definitely not
I
mask.
don't describe you as mask or femme either.
Let's talk about spotting a lesbian in a crowd.
Yeah.
If you were sitting in a bar, and we'll start from...
Let's get into specifics here.
Yeah, so we're going to go head to toe.
Oh, nice. Love it.
So if you're sitting in a bar and you see a girl walk in and you get that tingling that she is a
the
lesbian,
gator's going off.
what are you seeing? Okay, what's her haircut look like? And let's go mask to femme.
Oh.
So what's her haircut look
intriguing.
like if she's presenting mask?
Very mask, I would say that typical buzz cut, the short, edgy rock hair, possibly like an undercut, but I feel like undercut started to go into the STEM sort of vibes because
Okay.
you could go both.
Yeah.
I'm
And then
talking
I think going to
you're
femme,
talking
it's harder with femme because it's a bit more like the longer hair.
I think femme is how they wear it.
Yeah.
So femme hair for me, which is still presenting in a gay way, could be a girl with really long hair, but she's got it like a emo comb over, like back into the
Or the
scene.
top knot.
Yes, or a top knot, which I don the top knot.
She queened the signature top knot.
Look, Amy Shark will say she did it first, but she copied
But
me.
Jessie Kate did it first.
Mine is tighter than hers. She has a messy top knot, and mine is nice,
Polished.
and neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a top knot if
A
you're
top
gonna
knot.
if you're gonna out me. And then so I would say if it's long hair, let's go
Yeah.
scene hair
Scene hair.
is still
Yeah, kind of. I think it's a bit different nowadays, especially, I guess, coming from myself. I'm quite femme presenting.
for you. Femme presenting, I think, is you used to wear your ponytail really low. I feel like
yeah.
that's a bit of a gay vibe.
I used to
Low pony.
low pony, or out curls. I don't know.
No, that's
That's more
pretty,
straight.
That's pretty
Yeah.
straight. I don't think I would see a girl with long curly hair and go.
No.
I think that's pretty straight presenting. Okay, so we've done hair. What about face?
Facial. I think with face, it's normally comes down to like piercings for me. I reckon.
Definitely.
I think it's usually, if you see the girls with the eyebrow piercing or the eyebrow slit. Is that still a thing? I don't know.
I don't know, you said slit. I don't know. Well, Lynn Gunn from Paris had a slit in her eyebrow for a while.
Yeah, that was big
Slit
on.
feels like a naughty word.
It does, because it's very close to something else.
It's very close to two other things.
Yeah. Lip piercing or the tongue piercing.
I had a lip piercing, guys. Tongue piercing was a big one for a long time because people were saying girls that had a tongue piercing did
We're
it
using it for pleasure.
for their partner. Yeah.
I can see that. I know some people might have said nose, but I feel like a lot of straight women.
Yeah, no,
Have
I think
nose
a lot of straight
piercings.
women have nose piercings because I think that kind of gives the hippie gypsy vibe as well. Or the punky vibe, like,
Yeah.
scene kid vibe, which
Really,
not
100%.
everybody who presents as a scene kid is gay.
Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah. So makeup.
Makeup, yeah. I think femme presenting is quite like heavy on the makeup still, depending on who they are, obviously. But you can tell that they spend more time getting ready in front of the mirror than their partner,
Yeah.
say would.
And STEM presenting, I would still say may wear makeup,
Not as much
just
as
not as much.
I would.
But see, that's where you are very femme presenting, but you don't wear a lot of makeup.
I just can't be bothered. I don't have the energy to.
That's the difference.
That's the
Do I
difference.
care what I look like? The answer is no.
No, I have the most beautiful woman, so I'm good.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
Get
never.
out of here. Stop it. She's never this nice off the pod, guys.
That's such a lie.
Okay, next. Let's go shirt.
Shirt. Oh, I think
Typical mask presenting.
typical mass presenting. Probably the muscle t-shirts,
Oh, yeah.
showing those muscle gains.
Biker lesbian.
Yeah, the biker lesbian.
Yeah.
Gangster.
For me, it's the button up.
Yeah, the button-ups that are buttoned down, open.
Yes. But see, now Cotton On and other places kind of started releasing button ups that a lot of straight girls started
Yeah.
wearing, but it's how you wear it.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think the straight girls typically wear their button up buttoned most of the way down
And then tied up.
and then tied up or tucked into like the new, well, I say new, but flare pants were in the 70s, but they're coming back.
Oh,
So
no.
tucked into their flare jeans, or it's like, you know, that half tuck that you
yeah,
do. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
one side's
the one
tucked
side in
and-
out.
Yeah.
Is that straight though? I feel like that's more of a gay thing.
Well, I think if you
Or
were
is it like coming
coming to terms,
like gays started
maybe
it
that's a
and
bisexual presenting.
yeah, maybe gays
I don't know.
started it and then straights are like, damn, that's cool.
I feel like it depends what you wear things with.
Yeah,
So
true.
typically, if you have the shirt unbuttoned and you have maybe a singlet on underneath, that screams gay. But I feel like if you have it half tucked and half in, but you're wearing it with like
Mini shorts, like the
Yeah.
shorts I've got on right now.
booty jeans,
Booty jeans.
then that presents typically
This
straight.
is very straight, what I'm wearing at the moment.
Yeah, you look very straight right now.
Yeah.
Ugh. One final point about a button-up shirt or a t-shirt that you see a gay girl wearing is
Yeah.
cuffed sleeves.
This is true. I feel like you could say that for jeans as well. The cuffed,
Cuffed jeans.
rolled up, the roll up
Oh,
jeans.
I do both of those things.
I know.
I am a cuffed
Gay.
girl.
You are.
I am gay.
You are gay.
Okay, so let's move down. We've covered
Shirt.
the shirt, which
Now to the pants.
typically tank or button up. Pants for me.
Cuff pants.
Yeah, okay, we already said I cuff my jeans, but the typical lesbian pants, cargo shorts.
Ah, yeah, I can agree with that.
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts.
Or knee-length jean shorts. I don't know if everyone's calling them this, but we're calling them jorts.
Jorts.
Jean shorts.
Are we?
Well, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to make
Trying
it
to start a
thing.
trend.
I'm trying to make it a thing.
Fetch isn't going to happen. No.
Fletcher wears jorts.
Ah, so that's where it comes from. Gotcha.
And I'm trying to get everyone. It's jorts. Jean shorts. She's wearing jorts.
Oh, that's where it came from.
Yeah. Cargo shorts. Courts. No.
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
look the
I think
same.
that's what it is for me too. I think it's, the cargo shorts, the jean shorts. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying the word jorts. Well, I did, but I'm not.
You said it. You said
I'm
it.
not claiming the word jorts. Or like those very mask type presenting suit pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going off the basis of someone I saw yesterday, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
well, you don't see unless you see straight people in like the corporate world. You don't see many women wearing
That's very
the
true.
suit pants
That's very
type of
true.
thing. Whereas a lot of like lesbians or people in the alphabet mafia often wear the suit pants, and they may just wear like a casual top or something, or they wear the full on suit.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, what about shoes?
Ooh, shoes.
Let's say a shoe on the count of 3, and we'll see if it's the same shoe. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Doc Martens.
But then, so Docs,
Converse.
Converse, Vans. And see, these things are usually coupled with the jean shorts.
Yeah.
With the jorts, people.
With the jorts.
Or the cargo shorts.
I have an interesting one, which I guess it would fall under accessories. Does bum bag count as?
Oh, see,
Clear?
but then there's straight people that wear their outfits and they go running and they have a bum bag.
Yeah.
Or have you seen someone in a bar just wearing a bum bag?
No.
Then why did you say?
I don't know.
Okay, but you made a good point the other day.
Yeah.
Carabiner.
Is it carabiner or carabiner?
Same. Carabiner sounds like I should be in the Caribbean.
Carabiner.
So
Yeah,
whatever that's called, whatever that thing is called, the thing that people that climb mountains use. If you've got a carabiner,
I feel like most queer people use it to hang their keys off, hang it off their jorts.
yeah, that screams gay.
Screaming
If you have your
gay.
wallet, if you have a Velcro wallet on a chain, go gay as fuck.
I don't know what else.
The other night I was at a show and 2 girls walked in and I knew they were gay straight away. And my biggest tell was one of them was wearing a trucker cap.
Oh.
Trucker cap screams gay. Trucker cap.
Yeah, the gator went off.
Ooh, speaking of accessories, aviators.
Oh, yeah.
Aviators gay.
Actually, I just thought of another one for accessories. Belts.
Studded belts.
Studded belts.
Gay.
The
I wore those
studded-
in high school.
Of course you did.
No, but I wore them in high school because all the cool people were wearing them.
It was Paramore fashion.
It was Paramore fashion. What about Killing Heidi? She wore studded belts. And the Veronicas wore the checkered Vans. Man, I had all that shit.
Yeah.
But in that time, I wasn't wearing that going,
Gay.
I think I look gay. Did it cross my mind? Maybe. Did I think the rest of the world would think I'm gay by wearing this? No.
No.
Which brings me to my next point. I feel like the thought process of going out and thinking, do I look gay, is only from the perspective of other gay people.
Yeah.
Because I've been out with my straight friends and someone will walk in that presents very gay and I'll go, oh, look at that lesbian that just walked in. And my straight friends will go, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, why, how do you know? And I'll go, oh, well, she's wearing a trucker cap and she's wearing a tank top and she's wearing cargo pants and that is so gay. And they've just got no idea.
Yeah,
So
it's the radar.
that makes me go, oh, straight people don't have this issue.
Well, no, they don't have that. They don't have to look for like the radar. They don't go out, oh, do I look straight enough?
Yeah. Whereas I think that sometimes, do I look straight in this? Do I look gay in this? We've covered the typical, the typical lesbian fashion.
Yes.
Obviously, there's nothing wrong with looking gay. And
No.
if you look gay, you're easier to spot if you're looking for a girlfriend. I want to ask you about some celebrities that are part of the queer community. And
Yeah.
I want you to, let's do this fun thing where you put them in the box of femme,
Where they would sit.
mask, or STEM.
Oh, okay.
So
So
I've
I
only
don't
got a
know
few.
who these are.
I only chose people that I thought you would know.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're going to start with a really easy one.
Yeah.
Megan Fox.
Oh, femme.
Femme.
100%.
Okay. Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, mask.
Yeah. Haley Kiyoko.
Ooh, I would say she's probably stud, but more on the mask side.
So she's STEM to mask.
Yeah, stem to mask.
Okay.
Also, I love her and her couple, Becca Tilly on TikTok. That was just a side little note.
Okay. I haven't seen that. But
Yeah.
okay. Fletcher.
Ooh, she gives me STEM vibes. She gives me like what you present as,
Ah, okay.
which I know you would take that as a big
That
compliment.
is a massive
I know
compliment.
you will.
Me and Fletcher in the same box is definitely a compliment.
She wishes she was in Fletcher's box.
Okay. Kristen Stewart.
Oh, she's mask presenting.
You reckon?
Yeah.
What about, I would put her in the STEM.
STEM?
Yeah, I'd put her in STEM.
I don't know. I think maybe at the start possibly, but I think now she's a lot more mask presenting. Okay, then what do you consider? I know it's a character, but what do you consider Shane from the L Word?
She's
to
on my
be?
list. Don't ask me about her yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sarah Paulson.
Femme?
Yeah, I'd say femme.
Femme?
I would
Yeah.
say femme for sure. Kate McKinnon.
Ooh, I don't know.
She's a hard
tricky.
one. She's tricky because I feel like she is definitely femme
Yeah.
in the way she dresses.
Dresses.
But her mannerisms
She has
are,
the mask energy.
yeah,
It's the
STEM to
mask. Oof.
Yeah, she's got that confidence.
It's the
she's got that
confidence,
vibe.
vibrato. Yeah.
Yeah. Cynthia Nixon.
Oh, is that the one from
Sex and the City. Yeah.
Mask.
Mask?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
What do you reckon?
Well, she gives...
STEM?
Yeah, because she gives those like businessy...
Yeah,
Like-
she does give business attire stuff,
Yeah.
but I think she...
See, and I wouldn't call that femme business attire mask.
No. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
So I would place her in STEM.
STEM.
Yeah. Okay, and we're gonna end with two. This one's kind of easy, but our very own Hannah Gatsby,
Ah, mask.
mask for sure.
100% mask.
And then you mentioned Shane from the L Word before.
Yeah, I did.
And guys, if you know this character for sure, and if you haven't watched the L Word, then you need to get onto
Get
that
on
shit,
it.
because-
It's like a gay rite of passage.
Yeah, we're going to be referencing it probably a lot
Yeah.
through some of these episodes. So you're going to want to know your shit. Okay, so Catherine Monig.
Is that the actress's name?
Yeah.
Ah,
So she presents out of character
yeah.
as probably more mask.
More mask.
But what were you going to say about
Well, I feel
Shane?
like her character is still quite mask or STEMmy.
Oh, definitely mask to stem.
Yeah.
Or stem to mask.
STEM to mask.
Something about Catherine Monig that I really wanted to share on the pod was that she spoke out about not realizing that she wasn't straight until she worked on the show. So this is what it says. It says, L-Word actor Catherine Monig realized she wasn't straight while working on the original series almost 15 years ago. Well, this is old because it was 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Speaking about why it took her until then to realize, she said, now, I believe if I was in high school now, I would see it more, but back then you didn't because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the fashion side of things, where when you're younger and before we had so much representation on television,
yeah.
you didn't think about, oh, are cargo pants on women gay?
Gay, yeah. It
You
was
didn't-
just cargo pants.
You didn't think about certain fashions putting you into a category.
Yeah.
And obviously, guys, there are plenty of women out there that still don the tomboy label
Yeah.
and are completely
And
straight,
straight.
which kind of fucks up our theories sometimes. You go to a bar and you go, oh, that girl's all right. Yeah. And then you go up and you go, oh, hey, can I have your number? And she
She's
goes,
like-
oh, my boyfriend's at the bar. And you go, what the fuck? And you
Yeah.
have a meltdown for 2 days.
You're like, shit. Well, I find that very interesting. And I think a thought that I had, since you mentioned people who are queer in the celebrity spectrum, I was wondering, is there's like celebrities that present queer or that we think, oh, I wish you were queer.
So they present queer, but they aren't.
They aren't.
Okay.
They aren't. And so I'm just going to say a few and I'm going to get your gist on what you think.
My opinion.
Yeah. So number one thing, and I'm sure a lot of people in the queer community will agree with me.
Wait, this is going to be a, do I think they're queer and would I bang them? So
Yeah.
if I say yes, that's probably my answer.
Yeah. Gillian Anderson.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
She gives, but see, that's the same as Cynthia Nixon, right?
Yeah.
It's that business attire, like really corporate look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, mummy.
Hey, mommy.
I'm just kidding. I don't like using
You've
the word
never
mummy.
said that before.
And I never would. Number two, Kate Blanchett.
Hot.
Would bang.
Hot. I know the next person on your list and then I'm going to make a comment.
All right. Sandra Bullock.
Hot. And see Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett in Ocean's 8. There was
Oh.
a completely missed storyline there. Peoples, we need some representation in that movie.
Yes, we do.
They definitely needed to have some.
They should have had something.
Some-
That could have been such a queer movie.
It needed to have a sex scene.
It really did.
It was a great movie
It
for
was.
women, though.
I loved it.
Oh,
I need to
amazing.
rewatch it.
Yeah.
All right. Pink.
Pink definitely. She doesn't tickle my fancy.
She doesn't tickle my fancy either.
But she definitely presents mask.
Yeah, she presents 100% mask. And I just recently said to you that there was a Facebook post where she was an accepting award and she went, I'm gay. And everyone clapped. And she went, no, I'm not, but it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I always go back to that meme when I talk about Pink that she had posted something on Twitter. I forget what it was. But this person had commented, and it was like their lack of education. But they had commented, I liked you till I found out you were a Lebanese. Man belongs
Lebanese.
with woman. And Pink was like, what the fuck? Because A, she's
not Lebanese.
She's not Lebanese. And she's not gay. So
Yeah.
this person was just fucking rank, like as funny as.
Kids. Okay. And last but not least, Amy Lee from Evanescence.
See, I would have fully painted her as gay.
Me
And I
too.
only just found out that she wasn't.
Really?
I think I had this false belief growing up the whole
I think
time.
we all did.
I know she dated the guy from Seether though. That's why she was in the music video.
Ah.
And I was only talking to my best friend about this the other day because we went to 20 years of Fallen, the Evanescence concert.
Wow.
And yeah, we were only talking about it that night that she actually doesn't date women, and I was blown away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others. Do you know of any others?
The only others I was thinking of was like Jess from the Veronicas is openly, I would say, like, I don't think she's actually come out and said that she's gay or bi or pan, but
She's just fluid. I think
Yeah.
she just loves who she loves.
she's definitely in the queer community.
Yeah, of course.
But I always had an inkling,
Yeah.
and not from like how she presented. I think I just low-key wanted her to be gay, and then my wish came true.
Manifested that shit.
And then the only person I could think of was Ella Hooper from Killing Heidi that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
But then, like, she's not gay.
Yeah.
But I it came back to that thing of when you're a kid, you see these people wearing like the baggy jeans and the studded belts and they're just rocking out and you think, oh yeah, hot.
That's true.
Actually, thinking about that, I would have thought Avril Lavigne back in the day was gay.
Me too. 100% would have thought, especially like, you know, her studded belt, the cargo shorts,
The singlet
the Converse,
and the tie.
the singlet and the tie.
Yeah. See that if you saw a girl in a club wearing that today, you wouldn't go, oh, Avril fan. You'd go, man, she bats on my team.
She gay.
Ask for her number.
That's true.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I hope that people learnt some stuff.
Yeah, and I hope you guys had a fun time listening and laughing along with us.
I just want to know if you guys have any celebrities that are not gay or not part of the queer community. Let us know in the comments
that present
gay, or that you just wish they were.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
And until the next episode,
Stay gay, motherfuckers.